Everybody, have you ever thought about the power, about having the power of your own spiritual mastermind group? I'm David Essel, and I'm going to give you some ideas, things that have worked for me and clients over the last 43 years to deepen our spiritual presence, to deepen our spiritual awakening, to open floodgates of information to come in from the spirit world so that we can move in a better direction in life. For the last 43 years as number one best-selling author, 13 books, a counselor, master life coach, radio, TV host, the list goes on. But it's more important today to talk about this. I think this is probably one of the greatest things that's ever occurred to me. I was taught it in the 70s and 80s, for God's sake. I've been so blessed to have mentors and gurus that have led me along the way, and I don't know how long it's been. I'm going to say at least 30, 40 years, maybe even between 30 and 40 years that I've had a spiritual mastermind group every morning, and I want to share how I created it, where I learned it from, and I'll tell you it's something interesting. I'm going to do another one on how to create a business mastermind group, but the work came out of works like people like Ram Dass and Muktananda and Yogananda and a lot of people that have been talking about this for years and years and years. So a spiritual mastermind group, the benefits of it is to bring you to a sense of peace, to answer questions that you can't figure out an answer for yourself, to find comfort in the world of grieving, to find comfort in the world of loss, to find comfort in the world of confusion. I mean, that's the whole purpose of creating any mastermind group, but this is a very special one. This is a very different one. This is one that you get to create, and you get to bring in people that you look up to as incredible spiritual masters. They may be from sacred scriptures. It might be from books that you've read of maybe some of the authors that I've listed. Ram Dass is someone who's in my spiritual group, mastermind group. Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer. Those are some of the more popular names that are in my spiritual group. But what we do is we create a list of individuals that we feel very aligned with, very connected with. And then what I do, and you can follow what I'm saying, or you can create your own method and comment below. I mean, definitely give me your opinion. If you're on board with this, you can say you're on board. If you have a different version of a spiritual mastermind group, share it. Everyone can learn in different ways from different people. And definitely share this video. We need this more than ever. The benefits of the calmness, the introspection, slowing ourselves down, all of these are benefits of having a spiritual mastermind group. So I'll tell you how I create it and how I do it every morning. Every morning I spend an hour and a half. I know it's a long time. You can spend 10, 15 minutes. That's how I started, with about 10 or 15 minutes of this work. And then it expanded over the years. And I'll call upon, I'll open different chakras. The most important one to me is the main chakra. And it's right here, the crown chakra, over the head. Now, some people may disagree and say there's another chakra that's more important, but I'm just going to share what works for me. So I open my crown chakra, and I call in the still small voices that surround me, and I ask for guidance. Believe it or not, my mom and dad, they both passed in the last year and a half. They're part of my spiritual mastermind group now. So I call upon mom and dad. I call upon God. I call upon some of these people I've mentioned, King David. I will call upon St. Patrick, St. Francis. I'll go down the list, Joan of Arc. I mentioned Ram Dass. I also call upon Napoleon Hill, believe it or not, for my spiritual work. I call upon Ernest Holmes, one of the greatest writers of all times in the world of spirituality. I go deeper and deeper, and Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Mother Teresa. I know my list is long. You can start with a list of one or two, for gosh sake. Then I go through my archangels. I have 4 archangels that are incredibly huge in regards to my life. Archangel Michael is a warrior. He protects me. He cuts away those parts of me on a daily basis that I'm not happy with. Maybe my arrogance or irritability or my depression or anxiety or whatever I'm going through. I call upon Archangel Michael with his mighty sword to clear me, to clean me. Archangel Gabriel has been with me forever as my speaker. She speaks through me on a daily basis. Archangel Raphael and Uriel are 2 other archangels that I call upon. So in other words, I have a host of individuals, and I take my time and I call upon them all, and I see them in my mind's eye. I see them surrounding me. And if I have questions, if I'm stuck, if I don't know what to do with something, I'll ask for guidance from any or all of them. And answers come. They may come in 10 minutes or they may come the next day. But it gives me a groundedness. I start my day in eternal bliss, eternal peace every day. Doesn't mean I don't hit bumps in the road throughout the day, but this is the way I've been for 30 years. And I'll tell you, I started with 10 minutes and now I can go 2 hours easy and never ever blink, never think about anything other than the love, the compassion, the openness, the guidance that I'm getting from all of these spiritual mentors. And every one of them is important to me. Every one of them guides me and gifts me and lifts me in certain ways that I could never do on my own. One of the things I've learned in the 43 years of doing this work is that, when we hit really great times, we want to share that. I have this massive group of my spiritual mastermind I share my successes with, my gratitude with. I'll go down a list of gratitude with all of them and tell them that, I'm so grateful for this day or this meal or this walk or the hawks that surround me, the cardinals that surround us, whatever it might be. I have immense gratitude. And then I go into my challenges, and just like you, I have challenges on a daily basis that I surrender to. I joyfully surrender my life and will to the highest power in the world. I ask to be guided to the highest level of human consciousness I could ever reach. To me, that's peace. To you, it might be something else. But take some time and think about this. Share this video. Think about, maybe make a list of who would you want to be in your spiritual mastermind. What masters of the universe might be attracted to you? We have Tesla, right? We have all of these individuals that have sort of paved the way for us to get to where we are today. And I want you to take this as a really serious way for us to improve our existence and to improve our level of consciousness. When we reach those higher levels of consciousness, some things that used to irritate us in the past simply fade away. Some of those things maybe we used to argue with in the past simply fade away. Our lack of self-confidence or self-esteem may simply fade away. I'm not going to say this happens instantaneously. It may take time. Like I said, I've been doing this since the 80s, a very long time. I still need to do it because I'm human. I'm growing on a daily basis, and I have so much more growth to do. So if you need help, of course, I'm always available. I'll put the information below. Just go to talkdavid.com if you want help in creating a deeper spiritual path. My Lord, we have a course called Advanced Spiritual Teachings, and so we can take you to any place that you want to go, or you can hire someone else, work with other people. I'm not the only one in the world that does this work. But I'm so grateful to be able to share this, because at this time and place in our country and the world, it's absolute chaos. It can be looked at as disaster. And yet, in all the chaos and disaster, you can find your home. You can find your peace. You can find your mentors in the spiritual world that are so ready and willing to come to your aid. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.